There are some exciting new features in Accelerate 23.1. You can now choose to have documents translated with either Veritone or Amazon Translate. Amazon Translate offers translations from and into many languages. Case managers can configure the target language in Accelerate's front end. Administrators can also enable translation in the provider. There are some prerequisites for cloud clients before using Amazon Translate. To submit documents for translation, in the Accelerate front end, first, select the desired target language. Under the Administration, Settings, Feature Settings area. Once the target language is selected, click Apply. Next, select the documents to be translated. To begin the translation process, select Actions, Translate. In the Translation Wizard, you will be notified if any of the documents you've selected to send for translation have been previously translated. If you choose to resubmit previously translated documents for translation, you would check the Include Previously Translated Documents checkbox. For our example, there are no previously translated documents. You are notified that your translation job has been started. This job can be monitored on the Administration Jobs page. When the translation job is submitted, the ARN value, which is specified in the back end by an administrator or an OpenText project manager, is verified on Amazon's side, and a valid ARN allows the job to proceed. If the ARN value was entered incorrectly, Amazon will reject the translation job, and the user will see a fatal error on the Jobs tab, as well as appropriate error messages within the engine log. An Amazon error message will also be logged. After you've seen that your translation job has been completed on the Jobs page, to isolate documents that have been translated, filter to the documents using the Job Processing Smart Filter under the Work Product Smart Filter group. Typing in the word translation will help you easily locate the translated documents. In the Document Viewer, click on the Translated view to see the translated text. To improve tagging quality and consistency, starting with version 23.1, duplicate field value display names are not allowed in tagging fields for Accelerate Investigation and Accelerate Review and Analysis by default. If users try to create a value with an existing display name, the application will not accept the name, and an error will appear. This is also the case with folders and subfolders. This will cause less confusion in Smart Filters when users are searching for documents in these specific subfolders. If a publish would cause the import of a duplicate display name, the value that was created in the source engine is removed. You can identify such documents with the exception class and exception type smart filters located under the Exception Status Smart Filter group. Please note that if values with duplicate display names existed before the configuration change, those display names will not be changed. With Accelerate 23.1, You can optionally run OCR to extract non-Latin characters from images or non-searchable PDFs. This requires configuration by an OpenText project manager. When OCR is configured for a specific character set, OCR can only be run for this character set. You need one of the following roles to run OCR. MindServer Administrator, to run OCR in MindServer Administration or Axcelerate. Case Manager, to run OCR in Axcelerate. Carefully check the documents you want to select for OCR. By default, OCR in Axcelerate covers languages with Latin character sets, such as English, French, Spanish, German, or Polish. If you need to run OCR for other character sets, contact your OpenText project manager. They can configure the system for OCR of any character set supported by OpenText Capture Recognition Engine. To run OCR and Axcelerate, first locate documents that do not contain extracted text through the Document Characteristics Smart Filter of the File Properties Smart Filter group. Next, select the documents on which you want to run OCR, and then select Actions, OCR in bulk. Give the OCR job a name and click Run OCR. Case managers can send documents with metadata to Opus 2 Cloud, higher 7 versions. Documents can be sent as native files or as PDF, as redacted or non-redacted files. Family relationship information can be transferred thanks to the new Parent ID field. Administrators enable the feature and configure the connection to Opus 2 in MindServer Administration. If you use an Opus 2 platform that is not supported, you will be unable to send documents in this way. You can export documents from the results list and then import these documents into your Opus 2 platform. These are the current limitations when sending documents to Opus 2. Before you can send documents to Opus 2, your administrator must set up a connection. The workspaces and folders you want to send documents to should already exist in Opus 2. Native files must be available for the documents you want to send. And documents you want to send as PDF files must have the prepared for production value of the Conversion Smart Filter. To send documents to Opus 2 from Axcelerate, on the Analysis page, select the documents. On the toolbar of the results list, click Actions, Send to Opus 2. From the Opus 2 Settings tab, select the Opus 2 workspace and folder to which you want to send the documents. Even if you already sent a document, it will be sent again and added to Opus 2. For example, if you send a document twice, it will appear twice in Opus 2. If you select Skip Documents that were already transferred to the same workspace, documents that already exist in any folder of the selected workspace are not sent again. In the Field Mapping area, map Axcelerate metadata fields to Opus 2 fields. To keep attachment families during the transfer, map the following fields. On the Format Settings tab of the Send to Opus 2 wizard, you can define which documents you want to send as PDF and whether to send documents with redactions. Selecting Include Redactions and Send Redacted Documents as PDF will result in all selected documents with redactions to be sent with their redactions as PDF. If the Excel-specific viewer is enabled for the application, redacted Microsoft Excel files will be sent as XLS files, according to what you see in Redaction View. Non-redacted Microsoft Excel files are sent as native files. Under Use Rules for Unredacted Documents, you can use field values to define that specific documents are sent as native files or as PDFs. The first rule that matches a document applies. Rule examples. If images were imported for some documents, to make sure that the images are sent to Opus 2, select the Conversion field. In the Prepared Imported Image value, and then the PDF format. The format for remaining documents can be native. If only Excel files shall be sent as native files, select the MIME type field and the application vnd.ms Excel value. Then select the native format. The documents that do not match any of the previous settings will be sent in the format that you select here. On the Job Settings tab, you can add a job name and a description. If you want to send more documents later using the same settings, take note of the settings. Click Send. Read the consent and click the checkbox acknowledging your consent prior to clicking the Submit button. You can monitor the status of a Send to Opus 2 job on the Jobs page. To locate documents that have been sent to Opus 2, under the Work Product Smart Filter group, use the Sent to Opus 2 Smart Filter. Case managers can now change the redaction reason or color across a subset of documents. This functionality is supported for the Brava viewer only. The functionality is not available for native Excel redactions and redactions applied in the HTML-based chat viewer. To change the redaction reason or color across a subset of documents, you need to have one of the following roles. To bulk change redactions from a set of selected documents, on the toolbar of the results list, select Actions, Manage Redactions, Change Redactions. To change a redaction reason, select Change Redaction Reason, find the reason that you want to change or select all reasons. Under Replace with Reason, select the value that will replace the reason you've chosen. You can also change the redaction color by selecting Change Redaction Color, selecting the color you want to change or select all colors, and then select the color with which you would like to replace those redactions. Give your change redaction job a name, an optional description, and click the Change button. You can monitor the change redaction job on the Jobs page. When you run a production, the production summary now shows additional information. Queue name, total document count to be produced, and a list of the applied production rules in the order configured for the production workflow. In the Excel-specific redaction view, you can now unredact cells in a larger redacted area by selecting one or more cells. With the Allow Cell and Find and Allow buttons, you can unredact cells, rows, or columns in their entirety, or that contain a term or phrase that you specify. To unredact redacted cells in the Excel-specific redaction view, click the Allow Cell button on the toolbar, and then click in the cells that you want to unredact. To find cells with specific text and unredact them in the Excel-specific redaction view, click the Find and Allow button on the toolbar. Enter the term or terms that you want unredacted, and click Next. From the Search Results window, select the cells that you want unredacted and select Allow Selected. The cells that contain the term market have now been unredacted. Headers and footers that contain typed text are now shown in Redaction View in the Excel-specific Redaction Viewer. That includes headers and footers for odd and even pages and for the first page. Documents converted in an earlier version do not need to be reconverted. Fields that are automatically filled, such as date fields, fields with page numbers, or fields with file names, are not shown in Redaction View, as they could show information that did not appear in the original document. Consequently, headers and footers that only contain such fields are not displayed in Redaction View.